Welcome to today's video where I'm going to talk to you about what is really inside your workout and nutrition supplements and 7 specific things that you need to look out for. So stick around because I'm going to highlight each of those specific 7 things. I'm also going to do a little bit of a product review where I'm going to share my screen and go over an ingredient list and supplement panel fact at the end of the video to kind of talk about all of this together. If you are new to this channel and this video, I am Ashley Drummond. I've been in the fitness and nutrition space for over 15 years. I've had my own nutrition supplement company line. I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I've been a guest for health and fitness spots on Shark Tank, Daytime TV, HSN, and I'm super passionate about educating athletes and fitness professionals on functional health, nutrition, and fitness so that you can live a better life, have more balance, have more of a holistic lifestyle through the stuff that I'm going to educate you on today. So, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because the supplement market is flooded with, first off, one size fits all type supplements. On top of that, everything that's labeled high performance and elite is really nothing more than just you being sold on a marketing tactic with big flashy words that they know are going to catch your attention. Where behind the scenes, what's really happening is you have big promises and big marketing claims that don't deliver when you start to peel back the label and look back behind the ingredient and supplement panel. The other problem, too, especially in the nutrition, fitness, supplement world and in the world of social media is you have influencers and celebrities who are pushing and promoting specific supplement brands that they don't actually know anything about. And they just simply are being paid a very large amount of money to promote something that they have no education or background on. I'm not saying it's every single person, but most of the people out there that are promising, like, buy First Form, buy On It, buy Athletic Greens, buy C4, all these things. When you actually start to look at the ingredients and the structure of the business model, you'll see that a lot of these products are underdosed for athletes and fitness professionals. So people who are highly active actually have higher demands. So you need specific formulations with vitamins, minerals, and certain stress support because you are more active, your body's in a greater amount of stress, you're sweating out a lot more. But that's the biggest problem is you see something on social media thinking, "Oh, if this fit person is promoting this product, then it must be good, right?" No. So today I'm going to talk to you about specific things you need to look out for in your nutrition and supplement products. And then we're going to go into a little bit of a product review of what I look for on the label if a new brand or supplement comes out. Okay, so let's start with the most obvious thing. When you buy a protein powder, a vitamin, a supplement, a mineral, a protein bar, anything, don't look at the front of the package. The front of the package is built to create some sort of response in you that triggers a psychological connection. So if you see the word natural, you automatically are going to think like, "Oh, this is a clean natural product," when in reality it might just be one thing in there that's natural. And if you follow me on social media on Instagram, I went on a rant about this the other day because there's a bar, and I was in a store the other day and it says authentic bar and it says made with natural honey. And I went on a rant because I was saying, and it says 13 vitamins and minerals or something like that. And the rant that I went on, I was like, the name authentic bar, they tell you it's natural honey, and then they tell you it's got vitamins and minerals, is marketing because when you flip over the label and actually look at the ingredient list, that's not a natural product at all. So, the first thing, number one, that you want to look at anytime you are buying any kind of supplement, nutrition, or food for that matter, is the ingredient list. Here's what I look for first: magnesium stearate and silicone dioxide. This is going to be more in your capsule type stuff than it is in like powders or ready to drink type formula or protein powders or anything like that. So, what exactly is magnesium stearate and silicone dioxide? Here's what I'll say. Is it going to kill you? No. What it's used for is magnesium stearate is usually in the supplement manufacturing products because it makes sure the production process goes smooth, and it also helps it make it easier for you to consume the capsule. So it's used as like a smoother. So when it gets produced, the product can more easily run through production. And then when you actually take it, it's added to make it easier for the consumer. It's simply an additive agent to the supplement to help with manufacturing. Like I said, is it going to kill you? No. Will it cause cancer? The verdict is still out on this. Because it is an additive and it acts in a way to smooth out a supplement, regardless, it's something that if you don't know what it is, you probably shouldn't be taking it. And it's just one of those excessive things that gets added into everything. So then the second part of that is the silicone dioxide. You probably are going to see silicone dioxide in a lot of things. Why? Silicone dioxide is an anti-clumping, anti-caking agent that a lot of supplement and nutrition manufacturers use to make sure that powdered supplements don't clump together. Um, it's generally in plants, it's pretty healthy, but it's not so healthy when this is something that's made in a lab. And actually, some countries ban silicone dioxide because of the problems that it can cause. So, it is a food additive. It has been known to cause GI problems and intestinal product problems. And there's a lot of studies out there showing that silicone dioxide can actually reduce the absorption of nutrients in your intestines by up to 67%. So the verdict is still out on these. For me, it's not like, oh my God, this ingredient is going to kill you. It's more so these are genetically modified, they're additives, they have been known to cause some problems. Therefore, you're best to just avoid it. So, magnesium stearate and silicone dioxide, just try to avoid it as best as possible. So that's the first thing I kind of look for is what are they using as an additive to make this supplement what it is. Second thing I look out for, artificial sweeteners. So artificial sweeteners are probably one of the worst things I see in the supplement market. And the reason being is because people like sweet things. You are conditioned to like sweet things. But if you're consuming something that's supposed to be for your health, then it really shouldn't be overly sweet. So artificial sweeteners like sucralose, aspartame, even some sources of stevia. If it's not organic, stevia is plant-based, but you also want to make sure that that stevia that you're getting is coming from a super high quality source. So anything else like sucralose and the aspartame, number one, absolutely has been linked to cause cancer. Number two, sucralose is definitely studied to cause very significant intestinal and gut problems for a lot of people. Number three, it actually causes a glycemic response. So what does that mean? So your glycemic response is how your gut, your body responds to food. So if you've ever heard of like the glycemic index, eating foods that are lower on the glycemic index causes less of an insulin response in the body, where when you eat things that are higher on the glycemic index, it causes a high like blood sugar response. So even though sucralose and aspartame are zero sugar, they have been proven to cause a significant glycemic response in the body. And they actually found out that people who consume artificial sweeteners like this crave things that are sweet more than those who don't consume it because it is affecting the gut brain connection and the sugar response connection as well. So, not just that though, but like sucralose, aspartame, these artificial sweeteners are made in a lab. Like, it's a chemical. It's not I would rather you eat regular sugar than for you to eat sucralose and aspartame and any other artificial sweetener. So look out for this. And you have to also look out because supplement labels are very sneaky. They will say flavored with natural flavors. And then somewhere on there, it'll say and other artificial sweeteners or something along those lines. So they always are using like specific jargon, like, well, maybe if they see natural, then they're not going to bother worrying about it. But you have to look for yourself on the back of the ingredient list and the supplement panel fact and make sure that what you're actually consuming isn't full of things that are going to cause more problems. And this was the whole issue with people drinking diet soda. Even though diet soda is 0 calories, what's in diet soda can actually ruin your gut lining. It can cause you to eat more because the artificial sweeteners cause you to crave more sweets. And it's just basically a bunch of chemicals that make something taste sweet and carbonated. So, no artificial sweeteners. When you're taking supplements, if you're taking supplements for your health, actually take something that is good for your health and not that's going to cause more problems than anything else. Just number two. Number three that I check for, synthetic colors and dyes. What is that? This is the thing that irritates me so much. It's not just in our supplements, it's in so many things. If you look at the ingredient label in your supplement and see things like FD&C followed by a color, so like FD&C yellow, FD&C blue, FD&C red. These are like the main ones we usually see. So that letter followed by a number and a color. This is literally a chemical color made in a lab simply to make the color of your supplement pretty and more appealing while also giving your body toxic chemicals. Most countries outside of the United States, if something contains synthetic dyes or colors, they actually have to put a warning label on that supplement, letting the consumer know this contains toxic ingredients. Why do we do it in the United States? Honestly, our whole nutrition world and like food world is just so messed up. There's a lot of things, and it's always hard when I try and educate people on this because I tell them, I'm like, they're like, well, my doctor said that I should take this. I'm like, yeah, but you're assuming that these people who own huge, massive, big supplement manufacturing companies or big pharma, you're assuming they actually care more about your health than they care about making your money. And the reason that supplement companies use dyes, they use artificial sweeteners, they use artificial colors and everything to make it pretty and taste like candy is because one, it's cheaper. Sucralose, aspartame, using colors and all that is cheaper than using clean ingredients that are plant-based. So they know if they can put something cheaper, they can sell more. They also know if they can make something pretty with artificial colors and make it taste like candy with artificial sweeteners, they can sell more. They are highly aware of what they're putting in the ingredients. However, in order to make the money they want to make, they can't change that. There's even huge companies that I have stopped eating or consuming because they changed their ingredient list. For example, Quest bars. Quest Nutrition, when they first came out, had super clean ingredients. They only used like plant-based things, nothing artificial. They had stevia as their sweetener source. Now Quest is using sucralose in almost everything. Why would you use sucralose, Quest? Well, because it makes it sweeter, it's cheaper, so we can lower our cost of goods and we can sell more. It's not just Quest, there's First Form. First Form, if you are a First Form consumer, please stop. Your health will probably improve if you take nothing than to take First Form. All of their products, silicone dioxide, magnesium stearate, artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, it's just garbage. It's mass produced supplements that they pay big influencers to push out there. Anyways, that's number three is check for the artificial colors, synthetic dyes, anything that has a color and a number. And what you're going to find is the more you start looking, you're going to realize most companies use this and for the reasons that I just explained. Number four, check for titanium dioxide. So titanium dioxide is actually one of the ingredients that is dangerous and has been shown to disrupt the immune system function. It's an endocrine disruptor, which that your endocrine system is your hormone and reproductive system. It's been proven to disrupt your endocrine system, causes DNA damage, kidney damage, and severe GI, so gastrointestinal inflammation. So, again, another hard no. You don't want to have that in your supplements ever. So, why in the world do supplement companies use it? Well, it's simply a colorant. It makes the product more appealing, and the more appealing a product is, the more you can sell. So, it's number four, no titanium dioxide. All right. So number five, what I look at, so if I go through the ingredients and I don't see magnesium stearate, silicone dioxide, synthetic colors, artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, titanium dioxide, the next thing I check for is the actual nutrients on the supplement panel fact. So for this is just, I can't go over every single supplement that exists, but we'll go over some of the basics that most people are taking, like what's in like a multivitamin, or maybe you're taking something to improve your overall health. So for vitamins, when I look at the back of a supplement panel, if you see vitamin C as ascorbic acid, most ascorbic acid is made from genetically modified corn. Ascorbic acid is literally the cheapest and lowest absorbable form of vitamin C. Again, why are companies using it then? Because it's the cheapest. So it means they can cut down on their costs to improve their margins. So ascorbic acid as vitamin C is garbage. If you see that in your multivitamin, or maybe you're taking it right now, do yourself a favor, throw it away. You would be better off eating a handful of like blueberries and raspberries that are high in vitamin C than to take ascorbic acid. The other thing too is when you're taking ascorbic acid, you're only absorbing 20 to 40% of that, because any company that's using ascorbic acid probably isn't third party tested, which I'll get into that part. It's another thing I look out for too, which means the amount that it says that's in that supplement probably isn't actually in it. So that's the cheapest form, ascorbic acid. The highest absorbed and highest quality form you want to look for are things like liposomal vitamin C with flavonoids, because what happens with this is it enters the cells instead of the cheaper kind like ascorbic acid that goes through the gut, and then your intestines have to break it down, and then hopefully it gets absorbed, which it normally doesn't really get that absorbed. So look for something that's more liposomal vitamin C. um there's some plant-based ones. I can't think of it off the top of my head. The flavonoids are very good for you, things like that. So that would be in the vitamin C section. Vitamin Bs. Vitamin Bs are the worst. Honestly, like every time I go into a supplement store and I know exactly what I'm looking for in my B complex, it's like garbage, garbage, garbage. Why even bother taking it? For vitamin B. So vitamin B12, the most common form of vitamin B12, forgive me for saying this wrong. I know what this is. I can never say it right. Cyanocobalamin. I'm pretty sure it's how you say it. Basically, this is the form of B12 that is the most synthetic, but also the most produced. It's usually either way overdosed, where you've got like 5,000 micrograms, which is ridiculous because the body can really only absorb about 500 at a time. So you see these crazy high dosages of B12 at like 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 cyanocobalamin, and the body can't even absorb that much B12 at once. 500 micrograms, if you want to do like once in the morning or once in the afternoon. Methylcobalamin is the activated form and is more potent, but again, it's more expensive. It also helps because your body doesn't have to convert the inactive form into an active form before it can absorb it. The methyl form is already in the absorbable form. So look for your B12 that says methylated, not cyanocobalamin. That's your B12. The other reason B12 is super important too is because that's your nerve and stress support B vitamin. B12 is important for energy. It's important for red blood cell production and oxygen. It's important for carbohydrate metabolism, glucose metabolism. It's one of the reasons so many people are prescribed or told to take an extra B12, is because that is such an essential part of our nervous system, cellular energy system that we really need So you want to make sure you're getting a quality dose of it. So if your vitamin says cyanocobalamin, B12, and it's either way underdosed, like 12 micrograms, or way overdosed, it means that your manufacturer or the person who is making your supplement has no idea what the body actually needs from a functional perspective, or they're very aware and they are just trying to cut cost and make things cheaper. So the next one then is your B6. B6 is almost always in the form, again, I might say this wrong, but pyridoxine, doxine, potatoes, however you feel you should say it. B6, pyridoxine, HCl, so hydrochloride. Why is this a problem? Well, this form of B6 is what is linked to people having B6 toxicity because it is not the activated form of B6. However, it is the cheaper form of B6, so it is the one you will find more easily out on the market because it's just easier for supplement companies to put that in there and keep their costs low. What you want to look for is B6 phosphate, or it'll say B6 P5P. This is the active form of B6, so way less toxic, way easier for your body to absorb because it's already in the activated form. So again, your body doesn't have to convert it into the activated form. B6 though is important for neurotransmitter production, things like serotonin, dopamine, GABA. B6 is also really important for estrogen metabolism. It's also an anti-inflammatory. So super important that you get it in the right form and from a good quality. The reason I'm going through some of these B vitamins is because I feel like B complex is one of the ones that a lot of people are looking for. Okay. So then we're going to go into the next one, B1. So B1 as thiamine hydrochloride or thiamine HCl. Again, this is such a, like, it's the difference between if you are going to, I don't know, if you're going to go to the dollar store to buy your groceries, or if you're going to go to somewhere like Whole Foods or Sprouts or a natural grocery store. Like that's what your cheap ingredients are versus your quality ingredients. One of them, the person who made it doesn't really care about the quality. All they care about is selling the most. The other one, it's all about like, no, like there's quality in this. These ingredients are clean. They're not toxic. We care about the consumer. We care about giving them the ingredients that are the most effective, giving them ingredients that are at the right dosages. So B1 thiamine hydrochloride is the cheapest way to get B1. A better form of thiamine is they have this one benfotiamine. So your B vitamins are water soluble. Athletes, fitness enthusiasts, fitness professionals who are sweating all the time, highly active, you are constantly depleted of your water soluble vitamins and minerals. So but that's why I said vitamin C, your B complexes, magnesium, potassium, sodium, all these easily get depleted. On top of that, B1 is also used for metabolizing carbohydrates, for cell mitochondria. So there's a new form, benfotiamine, that has been created. It's a fat soluble form that is it lasts 4 times longer in the body than the cheaper form of thiamine hydrochloride. So looking at the source of the ingredients on your supplement panel facts is super important. And I can't, like I said, I can't go through every, like your K, your E, your D's. I can't go through all of it. And there's a lot of education behind this, but these are the main things I look for because if the company you're buying from doesn't even care enough to give you quality water soluble vitamins, it probably means that the rest of the stuff in there is garbage too. That's the number 5 thing that I look at though. So number 6, after I check out the ingredients, you then want to check the dosage. Most supplements out there are not only made from cheap ingredients, they're also way underdosed for you to have any kind of benefit from them. Like I said before with the B12, it's either going to be in the poor form and it's underdosed where it's like 100 micrograms, which is going to do nothing, or it's way overdosed. So if you're an athlete who's highly not under pressure, but like you just have greater amount of physical and mental stress, you get depleted in these things easily. And same thing with like magnesium. So I mentioned this before, magnesium is like trending right now, but magnesium, getting it in the highest quality and form is going to be magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate, magnesium malate. Where they mess up though, they being supplement providers, is in the dosage. So almost every American is deficient in magnesium. There's a lot of reasons for this. We have greater stress. Also, the soil that our produce comes from just isn't, it's not as high quality as it used to be. And then on top of that, if you're sweating all the time, you do sweat this stuff out. So the current RDA for magnesium is anywhere from 300 and 450 milligrams, even up to like 600 milligrams. If you are an athlete, fitness professional, fitness enthusiast, you are on the higher end of that spectrum. But I guarantee you, most supplements that you buy out there are probably in the cheapest form possible, which is magnesium oxide. Be careful with magnesium oxide because it is basically going to have a laxative effect on you. But not only is it going to be the cheapest form out there, it's also going to be like 40 milligrams, 50 milligrams, 20, if even that, which what are you going to do with that? You're going to have to take 3 to 4 times the amount of that supplement just to get even a little close to what you would need as somebody who is highly active. So make sure when you're looking at all the ingredients, like I said, with your vitamins and minerals, your zinc, your chromium, your magnesium, your potassium, you want to make sure it's coming from quality form. Again, citrate, glycinate, malate are going to be your best magnesium, but then look at the actual dosage. So let's say that you find your supplement says B12 in the methylated form, not the cyanocobalamin, but it's only giving you 10 micrograms. Or let's say you got magnesium malate, but it's only 40 milligrams. It's still underdosed. It's not going to work for the average person who's sedentary and isn't active, then yeah, that's probably fine. If you are active and you work out, though, you have to pay attention to the fact that you are going to have greater dosage needs than what the average human being has and what you're going to find in most supplement companies. So if you're buying things from like mainstream brands from Amazon, Vitamin Shop, gummies, even like I said, even First Form, you might as well just save your money and not even bother with that because what you're getting is so minimal and so low quality that it's not actually going to move the numbers. And when I say move the numbers, I'm saying if you went and got blood work before taking things and then you decided to start taking a quality supplements should be to the point that you are actually seeing your health improve based on lab work. Most companies can't do that because they just know they're not giving you the quality and the dosage you need for it to actually change your numbers. So then the seventh thing that I look for is I look for a few different icons or statements on there. And one of those things is third party tested, either on the label or on the website. Why? Well, did you know that most of the supplements you take can have anywhere from 50 to 70% less than what they actually say on the label? So let's say it says 100 milligrams of vitamin C, liposomal vitamin C. You assume company wouldn't lie to me. I'm sorry, but yes, they do and they will. Happens all the time. So you take that, but that can actually have maybe only 40 to 50 milligrams of vitamin C and the rest of it. So then you're like, well, what's the rest of that? The rest of that is plastic, additives, fillers to give it the weight. When something is third party tested, and this is why I look for this either on the website or on the label, that supplement has been sent to labs outside of the company that will take that supplement, test it for quality to make sure it is quality, but also that what is said is in the supplement is actually in the supplement. And you can actually do this yourself. If you have a supplement company, somebody I was talking to recently did this. It said they said they were taking 5,000 milligrams of vitamin D3, which is a good dose, but they weren't really feeling any different. When they sent the supplement they were taking off to a third party lab, it actually only had like 500 milligrams of vitamin D. Company just wasn't third party tested. That wasn't a quality supplement, wasn't a quality brand. So looking for things like third party tested, made in a CGMP facility. That means it's a facility that follows good manufacturing practices, which means they are following things based on the highest standards out there in manufacturing supplements. I actually don't love this one. So NSF certified, I think, okay, so NSF certified, I do look for because it means that if you're an athlete, a professional, a fitness enthusiast, and you have to get tested for your sport or what you're competing in, the product has been checked and verified to not contain any banned substances for athletes. That's what NSF certified means. However, NSF will still certified us. This makes no sense to me. This is why our nutrition stuff is just like garbage. NSF will still certify a supplement that has artificial dyes, colors, sweeteners, and cheap forms of ingredients. So again, we'll use First Form as example because they drive me nuts. First Form is NSF certified. However, NSF certified does not mean that it's clean, natural, and good for your health. It just means if you're a professional athlete, there's nothing in it that's going to be banned if you do drug test or any kind of testing. I even the other day, Extend, XTEND, they have like BCAAs, pre-workouts, and it says NSF sport certified. But then I flip over the ingredient list, and this is why I always tell people like, don't look at all the fancy marketing, educate yourself, read the supplements, learn about the ingredients. So this Extend supplement said NSF certified, and then when I flipped it over and looked at the ingredients, it says FD&C yellow number 54, FD&C red number 56, artificial flavor, fruit punch, sucralose, like titanium dioxide, silicone dioxide, magnesium stearate. I'm like, NSF, come on. If you're certifying things for athletes and for sports, make sure that it's got some sort of standard in the quality of what's in it too. So third party tested is like my first like gold label standard because that tells me that what's in this is actually really in it. I also look for the CGMP, and then NSF is like, okay, great. So there's nothing in there that's banned, but it's not that great of like a standard in regards to a functional integrative perspective of the nutrition. So the problem isn't, and I know some people watch this and they're like, oh, a little bit of artificial sweetener or sucralose isn't really going to hurt you. No, you're absolutely right. A little bit of all this stuff, a little bit of additives, a little bit of that. No, it's not going to kill you. The problem, though, isn't the little bit. The problem is it's in all of your food, supplements, plastics, personal care items. Then it's not a little anymore. You constantly are consuming these things that are placing a large toxic load on your liver. It disrupts your immune system, it disrupts your endocrine system, and it affects the entire cell's mitochondria. So, no, if you have one Diet Coke and the rest of your nutrition is perfect with organic, clean, high quality nutrition, supplements, you're exercising 4 or 5 days a week, you're getting vitamin D outside, you're getting 78 hours of sleep. No, it's not going to hurt you. But if you're having artificial supplements with artificial sweeteners and artificial dyes with toxic ingredients, underdosed, and eating packaged processed food and doing a million other things that aren't great for you either, then it becomes toxic overload. Then you're getting all kinds of problems, inflammation, brain fog, your hormones are out of whack, your gut's off, you're not absorbing foods, you're getting food sensitivities, you have a lot more problems going on. So this is why it's important. This is why it's important for you to educate yourself. This is why it's important for you to take the time to invest in yourself because nobody is going to care about your body more than you do. So next time you're buying a nutrition supplement, a workout supplement, a protein powder, a multivitamin, look at these things. Look at the ingredients. Look at the form of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you're getting. Look at the dosage that you're getting. Then make sure it's coming from a reputable or a quality third party tested type manufacturer. All right, so as promised, I'm gonna pull up and I'm using First Form, not to hate on First Form, but just because it's what I see the most, that so many celebrities and influencers are pushing, that drives me nuts. Because when I look at this ingredients, I get so disappointed to see some of the athletes that are promoting this, but clearly the only reason it's being promoted is because they're making money off of it and not because it's actually a quality supplement. So let's just take a look at some daily nutrient packs. Let me pull this up and I will screen share with you. Okay, so here we have Micro Factor Complete Daily Nutrient Pack from First Form, 5 stars. Let's actually go through this. So this is what I looked at when I saw everybody like promoting this and talking about this. I was like, well, let's just see what's in this. First thing in here, we got an antioxidant made from green tea leaf. Okay, well, green tea leaf is basically like L-theanine. I wouldn't go calling it an antioxidant, but also whatever. Then we have this mosh posh of a bunch of random shit. We've got 100 milligrams. First off, 100 milligrams is such a small dose that this isn't going to do anything. Of apple extract, tomato concentrate, broccoli concentrate, garlic, basil, oregano, elderberry. These are all concentrates. Okay, so these are not the actual, it's not whole foods. So basically, this is marketing. They probably found somebody who produced some antioxidant blend and they white labeled it. White labeled it means they just put their name on it. You've even got blackberry. Oh, look at that. Silicone dioxide. We talked about that. This is pointless. You do not need this. This is not an antioxidant. Your antioxidants are things like liposomal vitamin C, glutathione, things like NAD, which there's a B1 or maybe it's a B3. I don't remember right now, but you can actually just take a certain form of one of the B vitamins that's the precursor to NAD. You don't need this. But then we go to other ingredients. We've got magnesium stearate and silicone dioxide. Awesome. I know everything I need to know. So this part right here actually isn't bad. CoQ10 is great. CoQ10 is a great antioxidant. It is very good for heart health. This is a good dose, 100 milligrams. This isn't bad at all. I don't know why there's even colors in this. That makes no sense to me. So CoQ10 is not bad. Seeing that, I'm like, all right. So then we get into the EFA. This is going to be your omega-3s. Looking over this, we see we got 6.7 milligrams of vitamin E, which is a waste. That's not going to do anything for you. Then we've got CLA, GLA, ALA, and then the part that all we really care about, first off, CLA, GLA, ALA, it's not worth the money. Do not spend your money on that. You don't need it. What you do need, especially if you're athletic and you are a fitness enthusiast or fitness professional, are your omega-3s, which is this stuff right here, your EPA and your DHA. However, 125 milligrams of EPA isn't going to do anything for you. You need like 2 grams of omega-3s. So what 2 grams is 2,000 milligrams. This is 125 milligrams. This is such a low dose that it's not going to give you what you actually need. You would be better off taking an omega-3 with a CoQ10 that's giving you around 2,000 milligrams of your omega-3s with the higher ratio of EPA to DHA. So this right here is so low, it's not even worth your time. Then we go into, these always crack me up, the fruit and vegetable blend. All right, let's go through this. The fruit and vegetable blend, first, I'm looking at your other ingredients and I see magnesium stearate and silicone dioxide. Well, thank you for telling me that. We then have more broccoli powder. We then also have some barley, some wheatgrass, some alfalfa, some chlorella, all these things. If you are eating, assuming you are eating healthy, a whole foods diet, you don't need any of this. And what you're getting, 25 milligrams, this is so low that it's not going to make any impact for you. Okay. So then we come down here, multivitamin. First off, notice you have to take 3 capsules to get these tiny little dosages. 3. That's crazy. So, like I walked you through, first thing I do is I look at other ingredients, magnesium stearate, silicone dioxide. Great. So we're not going to go through all this, but we'll go through some of the ones we talked about. Right here, we got vitamin C as ascorbic acid. Cheapest form of vitamin C and most low absorption rate out there. So that's cheap. Vitamin D, not vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is a better quality form. This is a cheap form, and 20 micrograms for 3 capsules, that means 1 capsule is less than 10 micrograms. The suggested vitamin D intake, especially for athletic individuals for immune system and hormone function, is 5,000. 20 micrograms isn't going to do anything. So going down here again, we've got vitamin B6. This is what I was talking about. Pyridoxine, hydrochloride. That's not the form you want. You want B6 phosphate. At least the B12, all right, I give them credit for this. Methylcobalamin, B12, 198 micrograms isn't terrible, but that's also not a very effective dosage. Going through some of the other stuff very quickly, we see B1 is thiamine hydrochloride. I'm not shocked. But then if we keep going, let's see. Magnesium oxide, magnesium malate, 97 milligrams. That dosage is better than what I've seen in others. It's still not adequate for their whole market is all about athletes and like fitness enthusiasts. This form is not the highest quality and this dosage is not the highest quality. Manganese, chromium. All right, so chromium's not bad, 100 micrograms. It's a little low, especially because you have to take 3 capsules. You don't need this. This is all unnecessary. And like I said, 2 milligrams, like this is so low. You don't need that either. All right, so then we go to the probiotic. I am a huge advocate on probiotics for gut health. Everything starts in the gut. Getting a super quality probiotic is important. So let's walk through this. We got 8 billion CFUs. It's not bad. I usually like to get more in the double digits, 10, 15, 20. Acidophilus. These are not bad. These are all your standard probiotic sources. Personally, I prefer spore-based probiotics. The reason being is because if this is made for somebody who is highly athletic, somebody who's a fitness enthusiast, you're working out all the time, athletes and highly active people have very different gut environments than the average person. We have a lot of lactic acid running through our body. We tend to have a lot of stomach acid. Well, I'm not going to make that statement because some people don't produce enough stomach acid for other reasons. But in general, the reason I prefer spore-based probiotics over this standard probiotic blend is because spore-based probiotics have been studied and proven to last the journey through the gut a lot longer so that it can actually reach the intestines and get absorbed a lot better. So this isn't necessarily bad. I just don't think it is for who they say this is for. This, like, I would give this more to somebody like just like a standard cheap probiotic. But then again, we go back down here, we've got magnesium stearate and silicone dioxide. Couple other things that I'm not seeing in looking at this. I don't see anything about third-party tested. I'm not seeing anything about third-party tested. I see that they haven't been evaluated by the FDA, which makes sense. Most supplements aren't, so I'm not going to fault them for that. I see nothing about third-party tested. I see nothing about no artificial this, no preservatives. I see nothing about the manufacturing, that it was made in a CGMP facility. So automatically, I'm not interested in this because from what I see, it doesn't seem like it's something that takes a ton of pride in the ingredients, and they're just making some one size fits all basic, low standard probably a white label multivitamin pack. That's it. So we'll do one more and then we'll wrap this video up. So I mentioned Extend because this is a very popular brand. Prior to me knowing what I know now, I used to use some of their stuff. I used to use their Extend BCAAs because I didn't know any better. Here's what I'm talking about. So 7 grams of BCAAs, awesome. Muscle recovering electrolytes, 30, and all the pop-ups go away, 30 calories per serving, all these things. They even have, let's see if it's on here, NSF Sports certified, right? So automatically you're like, oh, this has got the official recovery brand of champions, right? Except we then get into this and we're like, oh, the B6 is pyridoxine hydrochloride. That sucks. Then we come down here, we see artificial flavors, we see silicone dioxide, we see sucralose, we see FD&C, Red Lake number 40. How is this good for you? Yeah, you're getting 7 grams of BCAAs, but outside of that, you're also putting known toxic ingredients into your body. The crazy thing about this is that they know this. They're aware of this. They just are also aware that it's more expensive and they want to make a lot of money and sell a lot of product. My goal and my intention with this video is not to bash brands or call people out. My goal and my intention is to educate you as a consumer because I want you putting things that are clean, natural, and good for you in your body, but also because most of the people that are taking this stuff, myself included, years ago when I didn't know, and then I learned all this stuff, I was so mad because I was like, why in the world is this even legal? Why would you call yourself a health supplement company when you're putting things in these supplements that are not healthy? Because of that, I want to educate you so you can make informed choices on your health and fitness and really know what your body needs and what you're putting into your body so that you're not wasting money on things that are either underdosed and cheap, so they're not actually doing anything, or they're actually toxic to you. So I hope you have found this video helpful. I would love to hear from you. If you leave me a comment, let me know, did you learn something new? Did you already know this? Or was there something that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this? And then if there's something specific you want me to talk more on in regards to supplements, functional nutrition, integrative health, especially for athletes, leave me a comment and let me know. But I appreciate you watching this video and be sure to subscribe and I will see you in some of the other videos. See ya.